Hello Twin Flames, and welcome back to God Conscious Twin Flames 1111. My name is Pamela, and I want to welcome all our new viewers and all our loyal subscribers. It's such a blessing and a pleasure to be with you on this journey. And I also want to thank all of you who have donated to this channel. It is so helpful. The exchange of energy really just kind of helps your journey as well as mine to be able to bring out these messages to the collective and be an instrument of God's will and the angels and guides that surround all of you. Today I'm listening to Remove Mental Blockages and Subconscious Negativity, Dissolve Negative Patterns, and this is binaural beats by Good Vibes. We are in a full moon, which was began the 26th, which was yesterday, and so I'm inspired to do a reading because this full moon is the end of the summer. That's the last full moon of the summer. It is also a powerful manifestation moon for love, for money, for removing any blockages. So please set your intentions for all that your hearts desire, and that God and the angels will bring that to you. But we have to remove the negative blockages and the ideas that work against us. So also I want to remind you, if you haven't and you collect crystals as I do, I have many around this table. I'll kind of show you what we have here. We have the quartz, we have titanium, we have a druzy geode, which is quite stunning. Let's see if I can show that. Do you see all the sparkle in that? Let me just see if I can do it this way. No, that didn't work. So one of my favorites, if it sparkles, I love it. I think this one is celestite. So all of my crystals were charged last night with the full moon and the early morning sun. I left them out overnight to charge. This one just kind of sparkles. This I keep with me. I don't remember her name, but I love pyramids. I don't know if you can see that clearly. So I'll pull back a little bit. Okay. This one too has a sparkle to it. This one is a tumbled moonstone is what it is. And it has little sparkles in it, so I don't know if you can see that. So, yeah. Get your collection of crystals, get them out in bathing, my clear quartz. Get them out bathing so that they can get cleared and recharged with the positive. So as I was saying, the full moon is one of the most positive ones that I've seen in a while, and I really feel the energy of it. I did go to the beach last night and set my intentions. I cast out anything that no longer served me and asked the divine to assist me moving forward. And they asked me to do this reading first thing today for the week beginning August 27th going into September 3rd. I can't believe we're going into September, guys. I will be able to do live readings this week, finally, after my ban from that video that went up that was absolutely blank. But I learned my lesson. You can also catch me on the Facebook page, which is God Conscious Twin Flame. Let me just take a look because I always forget that. God Conscious Twin Flames. Or on the support, God Conscious 1111 support. So that site is getting more active. This week we are doing lessons, full 7 days that started on Saturday, of patience in all the areas in which Patience affects our journey, affects us personally. It is a state of beingness, and we want to learn how to be patient. Also, the word that goes with that is perseverance, so I'll be talking about that a little further. I also mentioned that I'm going to start to share some of the journaling I did early on this journey 5 years ago. So I'm in meditation and prayer on that. I was also asked to share about the journey that moved me from New York to Florida. Thank you to one of our loyal viewers who follows my channels and put that idea out there. I thank you. So yeah, let's get with it on the Jesus Calling by Sarah Young for today, August 27th. Spend time with me for the pure pleasure of being in my company. I can brighten up the dullest of gray days. I can add sparkle to the routines of daily life. You have to repeat so many tasks day after day. This monotony can dull your thinking until your mind slips into neutral. A mind that is unfocused is vulnerable to the world, the flesh, and the devil, all of which exert a downward pull on your thoughts. As your thinking processes deteriorate, you become increasingly confused and directionless. The best remedy is to refocus your mind and heart on me, your constant companion. Even the most confusing day opens up before you as you go step by step with me. My presence goes with you wherever you go, providing light for your path. So I'm going to read Psalm 43:4. They give us all Psalms today. Then I will go to the altar of God, to God my exceeding joy. And on the harp I will praise you, O God, my God. And then we have Psalm 63:7-8. Because you have been my help, therefore in the shadow of your wings I will rejoice. My soul follows close behind you. Your right hand upholds me. And that's Psalm 63:7-8. And then they gave us Psalm 119:105. So I keep my Bible close by. I encourage you to do the same. And just kind of open it up when you're having a particularly stressful moment. That was definitely one of the tools I used early on the journey that I still use. As many of you know, my journey is almost 6 years old now. Okay, so Psalm 119:105. Your word is a lamp to my feet and a light to my path. I have sworn and confirmed that I will keep your righteous judgments. And that's 105 and 106. So, excuse me. So I'm going to go into the reading, and I'm asking all the divine angels and guides to give all of us a clear view reading on the path for this week, commencing on August 27th, concluding on September 3rd. What messages do you have for us? This is a divine partnership reading for today. That's what they just told me, divine partnership reading for today. And the information and guidance that will keep us patient, keep us in love, keep us on the path. Any advice we respect and appreciate, and we want to follow as closely as we can on this journey as your earth angels. We are grateful for all the love and for all the lessons, and we are grateful for all the times in which you show up, and that we ask that you keep us encouraged as we move forward throughout the week with these messages, and so it is. So the one thing about doing these readings that I am learning, because I work with people all over the world, is that if you're coming to the reading, come as open-minded as possible, because there is work that has to be done. And the work that has to be done really is involving our heart and our mind. And they do want us to be released from all of the confusions and conditioning of the world. If you are coming to hear what you want to hear, then that layer of undoing will be done. And you're really looking for them to follow your will rather than you follow their will. And that in and of itself is a lesson and is very painful, but it has to be taught and learned. A lot of what the angels and guides share with us in these readings is where our conscious mind can be refocused in a way in which is empowering, encouraging, and uplifting, and bringing life. Okay. So the overall energy for the Divine Partners, King of Wands. King of Wands. And it looks like on the Divine Masculine. So maybe this is more of a Divine Masculine reading. Let's see. Okay, we have the Page of Swords. Okay, we have Fear. Is this the masculine reading? Thank you, angels. Okay. Yeah, the overall energy is, this one is a Divine Masculine reading. And what I'm seeing, wow, he's got the Wheel of Fortune and the Unexpected. Learning how to go through the mental processes, his intelligence has really caused him to be leveled and to begin anew. We saw that over the weekend. Page of Swords really brings new mental processes, new ways of thinking, new ways of viewing life. And the energy is to get to the King of Wands, which is a creative process with the fiery, the senses with the divine, to be in collaboration with the divine on this journey. And he's going to be learning how to do that in the Page of Swords energy. This is really having a desire to change his environment. To encourage people toward his vision. Now, if his vision is with the divine, he's learning how to get his vision with the divine, as I said a minute ago. He is a very charismatic king. Self-expression is important to the Divine Masculine, but they don't know how to express themselves without feeling insecure on their path. And that's what he's learning. This is also in the work position, so the work is diligent. I'm getting the work is diligent. He has to be diligent in. Let me see if I can play this without the ad. Just 1 second. The music went off. I was listening to it prior to getting on this video. Okay, so, sorry about that. Choosing between working with the divine or working on his own. That's a scary place right now. His energy is in fear of being rejected, fear of not being heard, fear of not, fear that he made so many mistakes that there is no way of coming back from it. And that's all in his mind. That is really what his thoughts have done to him. And that's why the divine has him working closely in getting through his thoughts. He has to be mindful not to be too controlling. He has to be mindful to be in surrender. He has to be mindful to be patient as well, which I think is great because we have that lesson this week. This is showing some semblance of resistance to what the divine is asking him to do. But when he goes into that resistance, this happens. He becomes afraid. He just gets overwhelmed with fear. And as you can see, there's that hand, which is a tree that is looking like it's a hand. It's only a tree. It's not a hand coming to get him. And then we see the moon represented twice here. So maybe in this full moon, and it looks like it's 2 moons, but that's actually part of the tree as well. So it's really getting clear through the illusions of the moons, of life, of the ideas that he trapped himself in. Based on what I'm seeing, there's the opportunity is being presented to him to change his mind. So it's going to put him in this contemplative state in the 4 of Cups, maybe looking towards the Divine Feminine, looking towards the life he could have, because the cups in front of him are no longer fulfilling him. And he really wants that, but he is basically unable to move at the moment. He's contemplating what that could all mean to him. It is illuminated, and it is possible. He's just got to take the steps to be with the energy of love still coming from the heart. Now this is him. He is working hard. This is him in his current position. He has done, the card underneath the King of Wands, he has done a lot of stealing. This is showing deception. This is showing, stealing things that weren't his. Maybe stealing strength, and stealing, in his lower energy self. This is showing that he didn't even bother to go get the rest of the swords. He's just tired of running that race, that crazy race of the thoughts. And then under that, I have the Queen of Cups, which is expressing, wanting to get more into the emotional self. It's showing the dolphins being more emotional, being more centered and balanced in that emotional self. And he's also getting the Strength card. It's interesting. Underneath the Strength, he's walking away from the things of the world that were no longer serving him, which brings him into this energy. He has to overcome these fears in his home position, because he's just afraid that the past will repeat itself. This is like mental processes that are just kind of debilitating him. These are this is what he's been doing. This is the loop he's been in for a very long time. Many of the Divine Masculines have really thought themselves out of love. But love isn't about thinking, it's about being, and it's about coming from the heart, and it's about being vulnerable, to which they're really not trained how to be. So he's really contemplating, how do I go about doing this? I need some assistance from divine help. Now, divine help may have come, and well, not may have, definitely came, and he rejected it, and he thought he could outthink the divine and come up with his own plan. On the negative side, this could be he's just focusing on the lack, which is fine. Actually, that's still on the positive. He's desiring better. He's desiring more. He's desiring, love. He's contemplating how to get there. So what other angels? Okay, so but there's the Wheel of Fortune, and the Wheel of Fortune is really this is the unexpected opportunities that are going to come in the full moon. Because this is a positive moon. This is an auspicious moon. This is a moon of wishes fulfilled, dreams coming to fruition. What other cards do you have? He's got to kind of grow up, though, from this immature energy in the Page of Swords, of the limited thinking, the immature thinking. He's got to come as a little child into the blank slate thinking, because he winds up in this loop over and over and over again. And then just coming down the middle, he's working towards this Wheel of Fortune, but maybe looking too far away with the Three of Coins, working on it, but maybe missing the opportunities in that. What other messages do you have for the Divine Masculine? So the Strength card, you got the Queen of Cups. It's also saying that you can offer, by way of prayer, an emotional stability to the divine, because you have the strength to infuse the love. See how the strength comes from the heart? So you can pray into the Divine Masculine strength. On the bottom of the deck, opportunity beckons. And that's a 4. And there's the 4. What is it that he's so worried about over there in the 9 of Swords? What is it that he's so worried about in the 9 of Swords? That he's so worried about the 9 of Swords. Okay, angels. What is it that the Divine Masculine is so worried about in the 9 of Swords? I think there's some insecurities and the mistakes, the errors that he can't see past, that he himself made, are causing some of this. Maybe the stolen dreams and the running away from, like an energy vampire. So he'd come to the Divine Feminine just to check in and then run in the opposite direction. He's getting tired of that. He knows there's another way, but... Okay, so what is the energy for that? Spread your wings. So he's become so afraid he doesn't reach out to anybody for help. He doesn't know how to just come to the divine. What else can you tell us on that? And then the guidance is simply love, because that's really the answer to this whole thing. Simply love. So for the Divine Masculine, the Wheel of Fortune is trying to show up. It's unexpected. It will show up for him. So we can pray that he doesn't miss that opportunity to be called in to the Divine's way of doing things. That's another 4. There's a 4 on that wheel. Multitudes of 2. Okay, what other guidance do you have? Since this is a Divine Masculine reading, what other information is here that we may have missed? Okay. That can be helpful. So they keep repeating these lessons and they have to keep getting through it. There will be a total of 7 in which get repeated, so that's 14, and if you don't learn your lesson, that's 21. And then, so if you think about, lessons are repeated till they're learned, and if you do in multitudes of 3, to which the Divine tries to get our attention, sometimes it takes 3 times to get through the lesson. And then the 4th time, it's like it doesn't exist anymore. Knight of Wands. So he will get that inspiration. He will get that inspiration, that quick-moving, creative energy. And then the Lovers. So, yeah. So, wow. So in the Knight of Wands, he is being asked to take some action, and you may be hearing from the Divine Masculine in the coming week. It'll be interesting to see if you do hear from your Divine Masculine. Please let us know. He's got it in the Knight of Wands. He's headstrong and impulsive and headed towards the Lovers. So he sometimes acts impetuously, which is that youthful energy, but he's acting out of accordance with the divine at times. But he is headstrong and moving towards the lovers and towards the twin flame. So if you hear from your divine masculine or your divine counterpart, masculine or feminine, we'd love to hear from you. If you would like a personal reading on your twin flame journey and the guidance that is going to be beneficial to you, please let me know. I am going to be doing the divine feminine reading next, and I hope that this information helps you for the week coming ahead. I'm going to also do a quick spread on the past, present, and future for the divine masculine. Although we saw the future with the unexpected, and I'm still in contemplation mode, probably still a little in hermit mode, which we saw over the weekend, probably carrying into the first part of this week. But we want to do a reading for the beginning, the middle, and the end of the week specifically. That's what they told me to do. I've never done it before, so beginning, middle, and end of the week for the divine masculine. Thank you. I don't know why my music keeps going off. Yeah. So it's basically the same message. The Knight of Wands, he wants to come. This is earlier in the week. This is kind of a little bit in the past, so it's past kind of now. But he's afraid to come forward toward, because of the regrets, and he can't see the two cups behind him, and how if he moves towards that, that will be helpful to him. By the end of the week, he will be seeing a light at the end of the tunnel in the Three of Wands. He will be seeing maybe the Wheel of Fortune turning in his favor. Ace of Wands. Yeah, he's going to get a creative new idea to come towards. This is red, so I'm seeing root chakra. Root chakra foundations for him. So maybe do a root chakra clearing on the behalf of the divine masculine. I see, and the yellow, which is solar plexus, insecurities, and unable to move forward. So that's what I'm getting. Beginning, middle, and end of the week, but those opportunities are showing up for him. So I hope that was helpful, and I am looking forward to the divine feminine reading, which I will reveal shortly. Sending you guys blessings of love.